Hello again. I said I'd be back, and here I am. Belmarsh. There was a programme on Channel 5 last night. I do watch a lot of these programmes. I probably, particularly if I've been in that jail, I just like to see how things compare to my experience. And actually, I find a lot of them really a bit irritating because they I get that they need pick up viewers, but I think they turn some of these things into a bit of a soap opera. And but I thought last night's program was quite decent as it goes. What I liked about it was that it gave real details of the prison. One or two kind of people from both sides of the fence to impart their wisdom and tell us some of their experiences. I think I remember the officer, Mr. Fox. I think he was there when I was there. He was on the program last night. I've really kind of been trawling my memory a little bit, but I think I do remember him, and I think he was all right. I think he's ex services, and I remember him being relatively short, quite stocky, and I think I remember him being quite a kind of placid guy. The other one, who's a bit more kind of Boise, bit of a geezer. I don't remember him. I've seen him on other programs, so obviously he's kind of on the circuit talking about the various prisons he's been in. I think I've seen a program with him talking about his time in dispersal. Anyway, this was about Belmarsh. It was interesting, and a lot of things that were related there were part of my own experience. They talked about House Block 4, which was when I was there, and when they were referring to it last night, was the most secure wing. And when I was there 21 years ago, I did a couple of years in Belmarsh, and yeah, I was on House Block 4, and I remember being shown the little exercise yard, which was completely covered. That was for when they had the IRA and what is it? UVF? What's the volunteer? Yeah, UVF. They had people from those organisations there, and obviously security was a major thing. And it was interesting hearing about the activities of the alleged IRA people. And when I was there, the momentum had shifted, but it was the same. Instead of the IRA, when I was on House Block 4, we had terror suspects, the ones that weren't charged with anything but were just held. The most high profile one was Abu Qatada. I think he spent about 10 years locked up here without charge, and finally a few years ago he was extradited to Jordan to face terrorism charges, which he subsequently beat, and he's now free to do what he likes. Apart from come to this country, he's banned from coming here. And he was certainly very high profile on House Block 4 then. So something that really touched me last night was when they talked about the HSU, the high security unit, and I was within 24 hours of going on there myself when I was Cat A. I got a message to me on my wing from my main co-defendant, Ben, who I've mentioned before. And he'd been given the heads up by one of the more helpful screws on his wing. He was on Beirut at this time, House Block 3. And the message came across to me, you and me are going in the unit tomorrow morning, I've just been told. So it's a funny thing. I'm going to be completely upfront about it. I kind of regret that we didn't actually get on there in the end, because it's kind of a rite of passage in the prison system. The thing is, they talk about double and triple A cats for the unit, but actually when I was there, anybody who was category A could have gone on the unit, as was proved by me and Ben about to go there. Very fortunately for us, we both were taken off the book that day. The Home Office decided that they didn't need us to be category A prisoners anymore. And so I think I've spoken about this before, but my door opened the next morning. I was fully expecting it to be probably DST, dedicated search team, put me in handcuffs, take me to a secure van outside the back of the wing I was on, and then you get driven to the HSU in handcuffs, even though you're inside prison. But they take it really seriously. As it turned out, it was one of the staff at the gym come to collect me for work, and I said to him, I've heard a little rumour that you might want to leave me here today. And he said, no, you're a B cat now. You're not on the book anymore. So yeah, it was good. But like I say, I kind of wanted to go there just to see how it was for me, because I had associates in the 2 years I was in Belmarsh, and one or two of them went into the unit, and tough guys, you know, but the unit took a lot of the wind out of their sails. I remember one guy in particular coming out, Kevin. He was shell-shocked, really. He didn't cope well on there at all. He said it's interesting how it was described yesterday, very claustrophobic, and Kevin described it as he said it was like he was on a submarine, low ceilings, not very well lit, it's kind of close and compacted, but yeah, he certainly he found it tough there. And I remember him telling me a couple of years later, we were both in Swellside together, and he said that he was put on an act while he was in the unit. That's, I think from memory, it's called an F250, I think. And basically an act it's a constant reporting when the system feels like someone may be imminently about to self-harm or attempt suicide. So yeah, I mean, it was a surprise when he told me that, because like I said, he's a tough guy, but you don't know how things can affect you until you're actually dropped in. So Kevin, yeah. But on the whole, yeah, I thought that particular programme last night was a half decent watch. There wasn't too much kind of exaggeration, elaboration, decoration of the reality. It was just it was more relevant to me because that's what I do. I just tell it. And in my opinion, you don't need to add your little sprinkling of fiction into that, because the facts are better than the fiction, in my opinion. Everyone's different. So yeah, that's my little thoughts on the Belmarsh programme last night. I will watch more. I do watch pretty much all of them from time to time, so I'll let you know. Have a good day.